To save you from what can easily be hours of aggravation, in just 10 minutes, I'm going to give you a handful of newly listed remote jobs available right now. They're all entry level and most of them don't require a degree. Let's scan through them. Gas has an opening for an AR shared services support specialist to work full-time remotely anywhere within the United States. You'll identify accounts with an aging balance, specifically focusing on autofill customers who are on credit hold, past due, and have a delivery date within the next 30 days. So this is a very entry-level AR position. They want you to have a high school diploma or equivalent and at least 1 year related experience. They prefer, but they don't require. They prefer you have Salesforce, PeopleSoft experience. And of course, you need your typical soft skills, and they want you to be proficient using Microsoft Office applications. Now, they don't tell us how much they'll pay for this job, but based on my experience looking at similar positions, I'm willing to bet you can make anywhere from $18 to $20, maybe up to $22 per hour. Of course, that depends on the amount of experience you have. So next up, we have a remote job with the Mayo Clinic. This one is for a content and service specialist. It's a full-time remote position anywhere within the United States. And what you do is develop and coordinate visually engaging promotional, marketing, and strategic reporting materials for external audiences, internal stakeholders, and potential business partners. Now, they do want you to have a bachelor's degree in marketing, communications, advertising, business, graphic design, or a related field, along with at least 3 years professional experience in content creation, marketing, communications, or a related area. You should also be able to demonstrate proficiency with digital marketing tools and platforms, and you're familiar with healthcare and scientific terminology. And scrolling down this job description, they tell us they'll pay you between $74,859 and $104,811 per year. So moving on, here's a job with the company Alchemy Works. Now, I've never heard of this company before, but based on research, they were founded in 2001, and they're a full-service retention marketing agency that uses data-driven approach to help e-commerce and enterprise-level companies grow revenue and engagement. So yeah, this is a legitimate company. They have an opening for an email copywriter. It's a full-time remote position anywhere within the United States. They tell us that right here on the job description, and you'll be responsible for writing compelling and effective email copy that drives opens, clicks, and conversions for the company's diverse portfolio of clients. So you do need to come with some experience in this position. They want you to have proven experience as a copywriter, specifically focused on email marketing. It's highly desirable you have a portfolio demonstrating strong email campaign results. You also have a foundational and practical understanding of how to use large language models, specifically ChatGPT. And right here on the job description, they tell us they'll pay you between $65,000 and $75,000 per year, plus give you your standard suite of benefits. So next up, we have Silna Health. They're a legitimate company that provides a health technology platform for healthcare providers, and they were founded in 2023. So yeah, they are a startup company. But this job is legitimate. It's for an insurance verification specialist. It's full-time remote anywhere within the United States. And right here on the job description, they tell us they'll pay you between $25 and $27 per hour. So in this job, you'll complete daily eligibility checks, benefits verifications, and prior authorization submissions with a focus on speed and precision. They want you to have at least 1 year experience in insurance operations, healthcare administration, revenue cycle management, or a related field, and you get bonus points if you're familiar with insurance terminology, eligibility and benefits workflows, or prior authorization processes. Hospitable has an opening for a technical support engineer. If we hover over their logo at the bottom left, we can see this is with the company Hospitable. No stranger to this channel nor my other channel, Cat Lewis. I have presented a few jobs with this company in the past. This is a full-time remote position. They have USA, Europe, Middle East, Africa as the designated locations for this position, but I'm going to scroll down a little bit because they do tell us we hire talent internationally as contractors or employees if you're based in the United States, the European Union, or Australia. So in this job, you'll bridge the gap between customer support and engineering teams. They tell us this position is ideal for a Laravel engineer looking to transition into a more customer-focused role, leveraging technical expertise to enhance user experiences. So yeah, it goes without saying they do want you to have proven experience with PHP and Laravel. You have experience with customer support platforms such as Intercom. You have strong communication skills and a customer-centric mindset. Now, as far as the salary, scrolling down a little bit further, they tell us the total budget for this role within the United States is between $81,000 and $107,236 per year. And then they tell us for U.S. employees, the gross salary could be anywhere between $68,850 and $91,150.60 per year. So moving on, there's a company called Reliant Health Partners. They were founded in 2010. They're a private organization that specializes in healthcare cost containment and medical claims repricing for self-funded health plans. They have an opening for an appeals intake specialist to work full-time remotely anywhere within the United States. And in this job, you'll play a critical role in resolving post-payment disputes related to workers' compensation bills. This includes conducting provider outreach, negotiating disputed charges, and ensuring compliance with state-specific regulations. You don't need a degree for this position, but they do want you to have 1 to 2 years relevant experience in workers' compensation bills or appeals. You have a strong understanding of workers' compensation reimbursement methodology, state regulations, and provider billing practices, and you're familiar with claims processing systems and provider communications. And right here on this job description, they tell us they'll pay you between $50,000 and $55,000 per year. Next up, we have a remote job with the company Rippling, a huge HR processing company. They're looking for a customer trust and safety specialist to work full-time remotely anywhere within the United States. So basically, in this job, you'll ensure issues affecting customer account security, privacy, and safety are handled with speed, transparency, and precision. So you'll handle issues relating from account takeovers to data exposures, leading cross-functional coordination, driving communication strategies, and guiding long-term improvements to how Rippling protects customers at scale. So this is your typical customer trust and safety position. They do want you to have at least 2 years experience in trust and safety, security operations, risk, or compliance in a SaaS or financial services context. You have strong investigative skills and attention to detail when reviewing account or incident data, and you get bonus points if you have experience with fraud detection tools, privacy incident workflows, or customer identity verification systems. And as far as the salary, it depends on where you live within the United States. You can make anywhere from $86,700 all the way up to $178,500 per year. Of course, that depends on your experience and where you're located in the United States. If you want to know which tier your state is, they have a link here. We have another remote job with a startup company. This one comes to us from Harbor Global. They're an expert services provider working with leading law firms, and they were founded in 2023. This is for a project coordinator. It's a full-time remote position. You can live in the United States, Canada, or the UK. So what you do in this position is ensure projects are set up for success through accurate administration, resource coordination, and governance adherence. Your typical project coordinator kind of position. And what they want from you is at least 2 years experience supporting a project delivery in a client-facing professional services environment. They prefer, but they don't require. They prefer you have resourcing and project management experience, and they prefer you have a 4-year degree or equivalent combination of experience and education. It's a plus, but not required. It's a plus you have experience with Cloud Coach and NetSuite, and you're proficient in project management or PSA tools. Now, they don't tell us a salary for this position because they are hiring in the United States, Canada, and UK, but based on my experience looking at similar jobs, I'm willing to bet in the United States you can make anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000 per year, but there's no way I can guarantee that's how much you'll make. You'll have to work out your salary with them. We're nearing the end with these remote jobs. R1, sometimes known as R1 RCM, they provide back office revenue cycle management specifically for the healthcare industry. This job is for a customer service team lead. It's full-time remote anywhere within the United States. And what you'll do is help measure and monitor staffing levels, assign duties and responsibilities as appropriate, and prepare, analyze, and provide daily, weekly, and monthly productivity metrics. You don't need a degree in this position. They tell us they prefer you have a high school diploma or a GED, but I'm willing to bet that's a typo. I'm pretty sure they want you to have a high school diploma or a GED. They want you to have at least 3 years experience in a healthcare call center role and at least 1 year experience as a team lead or above in the healthcare call center. And right here on the job description, they tell us they'll pay you between $17.80 and $28.52 per hour. Our last remote job is with Angle Health. They were founded in 2019, and they provide fully insured group medical PPO plans to employers. This job is for a renewal coordinator. It's full-time remote anywhere within the United States, and we can see on this job description they tell us they'll pay you between $60,000 and $90,000 per year. So in this job, you'll manage and streamline the renewal process. That means you'll monitor upcoming renewals and proactively follow up with clients, preparing and delivering renewal quotes and agreements in a timely manner, coordinating coordinate with the renewal managers, software engineers, and account management to ensure a smooth renewal process from end to end. They want you to have an associate's or bachelor's degree in business, communications, or a related field, and 1 to 3 years experience in client service, sales, account management, or a similar role. And they list some preferred qualifications, and whenever I see preferred, that tells me they're just preferred. They're not required. Read through these preferences. If you meet any of them, make sure to include them on your resume. So that does it for this one. In fact, we just went over a nice variety, a pretty good selection of remote jobs. Hopefully one of them works out for you. And if you're looking for more, you can find some in this video right here. Have a great day, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.